Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I didn't post on Friday, I know, but I've got an IOU. I've written an IOU to the universe, so it's all good. We're all good. I'm just going to do an extra one this week. I don't want to say in advance what day, but there will be an extra reading. Although, when I say an extra reading, it's not actually going to be a reading per se. So I have been instructed to leave the tarot now for a little while, not permanently, just for a little while. And what they want me to do, when I say they, I'm talking about the team, the crew I speak to from the higher planes. For anybody who's new, who's brand spanking new, I do connect to Archangel Michael, to Jesus, to Mother Mary sometimes, to Angel Gabriel a lot, to Angel Raphael as well. Not so much these days, but definitely a little while back, last year, very heavily. So Raphael comes in more when you are needing healing, okay? So that's why you'll notice, for those of you who have been with me for the last year, you'll notice he always came up last year. He was always there. Now, not so much, because not so much healing is required anymore, and Gabriel kind of took the baton. So now it's been more about communication. Obviously, he wants me to say that to you because I was not planning to say that at all. But yeah, what I've been asked to do from my next reading onwards is actually deliver energy to you. So rather than describe the energies around you, I'm going to be delivering energy. So I'm going to be doing Reiki. And in honor of that, because I do think very much of Reiki as kind of an electrical current. I'm just, for those of you who are new, I'm fascinated by electricity. So you might say I'm going to be a conductor, and I'll be channeling source energy and sending it through to you for you to do whatever you want with, because you do have free will to do whatever you want with it. Essentially what happens with Reiki is the universe. I can't tell it where to go. The universe will send it where it needs to send it to. So in honor of that, we have my Tesla lamp here. But okay, I've got one quick thing that I need to say. Sorry, two things. Okay, two things. They're saying two things. And then we're going to do, today's going to be spotlight on the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Okay. And then a little reading after that. So first thing is, they've said to me to tell people to. The way they said it to me was, don't put Pisces on your coffee cup. But I knew what they meant. It was just essentially saying, don't be so invested in your star sign, please, because that can really close you off to many other possibilities. So I suppose that's for people who are always watching tarot for their particular star sign. Don't do that. I mean, just myself personally, I don't want to get into it too much, but I am a Pisces, but I'm an Aries moon. And I also am heavily, they've said to me that quite often I'm actually more Scorpio and more Leo than I am Pisces. It varies, but I got a lot of Scorpio, a lot of Leo as well in my energy. So that's just me. So, don't be too fixated on whatever your star sign is and feel like you need to, scroll through YouTube for, Gemini readings or Aries readings. You're going to rob yourself of a lot of useful information, and also maybe be giving yourself some information that's not even for you, okay? Because we do, if you watch my magician reading, we do move through energies a lot as well. We're not always the same. We're always evolving and changing. Hopefully, anyway, we're meant to be. Okay, so that was that one. The next thing I want to say is a couple of nights ago in a very deep meditation, I was shown. This one was powerful. I mean, I know I always talk about my meditations, but this one was really, really powerful. Something was completely taking over my thoughts. I was in the crown chakra for this particular one, so something was taking over my thoughts. Let's call that something source. Now I was shown the owl. So the owl from the animal deck, okay, which I'm going to be using. The owl. I was shown that owl in flight on its way to me, but they always show me. They always put me in that role so that I can feel it, and then I can convey to you what it is that I'm feeling, okay? Because it's not just for me, it's for you. Now, this owl was making its way towards me, but it was kind of making its way in a very six of, I was going to say Six of Wands. That's interesting. Okay, I like that I was about to say Six of Wands, but what I meant to say was Six of Swords. It was coming at a very Six of Swords pace, okay? And that was a good thing, because something that comes at you, knee-jerk or snap decisions quite often don't stick. It's kind of like crash diets, yeah? They often don't work. So it's nice when someone's coming at you in a Six of Swords energy. It means they're going at a pace that is genuine and it is real for them and it's comfortable for them. But yeah, it may feel like it takes a while. Anyway, this owl was approaching me, and then Oh gosh, my voice just broke. Yeah, this poor owl, yeah, he's going through it. It's the owl from the King of Swords, okay? The King of Swords in the animal deck. He was approaching me, and then I was talking to my son, so my youngest, who was behaving obnoxiously, which is about right at the moment. And I said to him, "Stop it," right? I yelled at him to stop. And then when I yelled at my son, this owl slash King of Swords stopped in his tracks, completely stopped. And it was really heavily conveyed to me that the words I use are being delivered. Okay. So when you have a telepathic communication with somebody, don't assume that that necessarily means that whatever you say, the message is going to be delivered accurately. Because have you ever heard celebrities, say, "I was quoted out of context"? They're like, "Yeah, but you said that." "Yeah, I did, but you quoted me out of context." So you may be quoted out of context. So a telepathic communication, you can still get a bit of a Chinese whispers thing happening. Okay. It just means that whatever you're feeling or you're saying is going to get there, but they might be getting a message that's not directed towards them. So what I was told is to really watch my words, and this is for you. So instead of saying, for example, "Stop doing that," what you want to say is something more to the effect of "Make a better choice." Yeah, make a higher choice, because our language, our words are important. Okay, and they do get delivered. So we want to make sure that they're getting positive messages from us. Okay, that was conveyed to me very strongly. Okay, now let's talk about this. So the last reading was a spotlight on the Magician. This time we have a spotlight on the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. And I don't know, I feel like I probably should have written notes, but I don't know. I'm just going to ad lib here, okay? I'm going by the sensations they gave me. So what they wanted to say was that people have different journeys, okay? So, the first journey, the one that will be most of my viewers, okay, is going from a Queen of Cups to a Queen of Wands. Now, that's something that you probably hadn't thought about in the past, because this Queen of Wands gets a really bad rap. She really does in the tarot world. But the thing is, there's always more than one way to view a card, okay? Now, imagine, there was a card that was just bad. There can't be a card that's just bad. That's not the way the world works. We do live in a world of duality. So, some of the cards, definitely there's more room for, interpretation than others. Yeah, but still, I'm talking about, for example, the Devil card, okay? But no, even the Devil, no, I'm going to shut up, because even the Devil is a spectrum. It's a spectrum. They're all spectrums, okay? Now, what happens is, in terms of, if you think of it as a character arc, okay? We have a Queen of Cups. Now, look at it. Just look at that picture. This is an extremely loving, I'm feeling it in the heart chakra as I'm saying this. My heart chakra has not been exploding at all today, and suddenly it is. Yeah, this is how this card makes me feel. This is a beautiful, loving energy. Yeah, there is a reader who I love who always says the most love I can pull from the tarot. That's how he refers to the Queen of Cups. And it's true. Yeah. Look at that. You want to be under that wing, don't you? You really do. But here's the thing. What happens to the Queen of Cups is she, despite being so loving and loyal and nurturing, all these things, she quite often does not get picked. She quite often gets overlooked. And she gets overlooked, and I'm talking about in these soulmate cycles, okay? Yeah. She often gets, you might say, left aside for a Queen of Wands. Quite often. And there are different reasons for that. So, in some cases, it'll be because the Queen of Wands maybe socially has more status. It might be, she has more money. It might just be that she's a better fit on paper, which is fake. Yeah, fake love doesn't usually work out nicely on paper. She might be a better fit on paper. She might... and another message I got was that sometimes there's a masculine who himself is just not on her level, and so he goes where he feels more comfortable. That's all it is. It's just like, this is beautiful. This is very... it's giving me the warm and fuzzies like I've never felt before. But there's also a kind of mysterious element to the Queen of Cups, yeah? She's a water sign, quite mysterious. And sometimes these masculines, it's just like they scratch their head. They just don't know what to make of it. They know they want it. They know they want it, but it's just like, what would I do with that? I don't know what I'd do. It's not what I'm used to. I feel like it's too much for me. It's going to realize that I'm just, I'm not enough for them. I'm probably better off going with someone who is on my level, or sometimes another message I was given, sometimes even somebody who they feel is a little beneath them, right? So that they have somebody who adores them, somebody who worships them, so they still feel like, the king, or they still feel like the queen. Because their ego is more important. Preserving that ego is more important, okay? This does things to their ego that they don't like. It makes them feel very unsure of themselves and their place in the world, okay? So quite often the Queen of Wands will get chosen. And this Queen of Cups might experience that a few times in her life. But here's the thing. The universe sees everything she's doing and why she's doing it. And so, as I've said before, divine justice is real, okay? And it works its magic in its own time. So eventually what happens is this Queen of Cups, every time she gets back up a little bit stronger. And eventually what happens is she turns into a Queen of Wands, okay? Now, this is not something I had ever thought about before, but it was really, really made very clear to me, okay, in a meditation. I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. Everything's a bit of a blur at the moment, but it doesn't really matter. What they wanted to show me was, look at the difference in the body language here. This one's like, hey, look at me. Hey, I just want to love you. That's it. Honestly, there are no strings attached. And it's true with the Queen of Cups. She's not just doing it because she wants to be a people pleaser or because she wants to be perceived as a good Samaritan. Yeah, sometimes people might look at her in that way because they can't actually quite believe that somebody would be that loving just because. No, that's just her. That's just who she is. She's just like, hey, look at me. All I want to do is love you. Truly, there's no strings attached. But yeah, she's trying to reach out. And inevitably, yeah, they walk away, okay? Not always, okay? The story's not finished yet. Inevitably, they walk away. Then what happens is she turns into this. Now, what they really wanted to, it was a feeling they gave me, okay? They really spoke in terms of my feelings, how they made me feel as this snake, okay? And I'm just going to try and convey that to you. Look at this snake. I mean, she is just lying there. She is so content. She's not even, because they also showed me, that's why I put it here. They showed me that once she becomes this, she's got, you might say suitors, right? Other energies around basically licking their lips like that, really wanting a piece of her. And she's just lying there, chilled, really relaxed. She can't even be bothered lifting her head. And it's not because she's, become egotistical. It's not it. They drew my attention to those eggs. Now, that Queen of Wands, she's just sitting there, coiled around her eggs. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean she has to be a mother, but as I said, they speak to you in a way that they know is going to impact you. So me being a mother, having always been actually very maternal, I felt the love that she has for these eggs and the fact that she's just like, I'm here chilling with my eggs. I'm keeping them warm. I'm keeping them safe. And I ain't moving. If you want to get me away from these eggs, you got to give me a damn good reason to. A really good reason to. Yeah, because I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, that is a very beautiful energy. That's a beautiful character arc right there. Beautiful transformation, okay? And it doesn't mean that she still doesn't have this in her. But whereas before, she may have been less, I'm going to say discerning. I feel like there's another word that I want to say, but it's not coming to me, so we'll go with it. Discriminate, that's the word. She may have been less discriminate with who she offered that love to. Now it will be, she could have a celebrity come at her, and if she's just, his energy's not right, she ain't moving. She's staying there with her eggs, okay? And if this reaches, a feminine or even a masculine, so please take gender out of it. It's the energy behind it, okay? If you don't have children, you're just somebody who is really content where you are. But I can't deny that I really felt this love, this sense of protection towards the eggs. So that could be even family members for you, yeah? Or your friends, yeah? Whoever it is that you love. I'm not leaving the people I love. I'm not giving up my time with them unless it's really, really worth my while, okay? So that happens. But what they also wanted to say was that the reverse happens. So we also have, because you're all connected, you're all here to teach each other things, okay? And it doesn't mean that the lesson's always learned. I really feel I need to say that. It's the opportunity to learn, okay? these Queen of Wands who are in the, I guess the energy that people generally talk about when they talk about Queen of Wands, yeah? Fake, superficial. I don't know why I just saw an image of someone who can't leave the house without their makeup on. Who just doesn't feel right if they haven't got their fake eyelashes on, whatever it is, it's that kind of energy. I've got lots of money. I've got lots of friends. They're probably not very deep friends, but I have about 1,000 of them. I got a lot of followers, whatever it is, you know what I'm trying to say, right? People who are in that energy, they also find themselves in these soulmate cycles, okay? Now, what happens is, I feel like I have to just use I'm going to have to just use masculine and feminine because otherwise it's going to get confusing, okay? So let's say the masculine chooses this one. On the surface, chooses this one, okay? What happens is, even though, and I've got him here just so that I can give you a bit of a visual because otherwise it'd be really boring just listening to my voice. Let's say we have a King of Cups. It's funny, I just called him a queen. Okay. We have a King of Cups. Yeah, he's not in his proper masculine energy. That's why I called him a Queen of Cups. We have a King of Cups who chooses that Queen of Wands, okay? And what happens is this Queen of Cups is left to the side, but that's actually done on purpose, right? That's so she can stay out of all of this because this is not pretty. What unfolds is not pretty, okay? Now, this King of Cups actually becomes enamored with this Queen of Cups, okay? What they showed me was it's like a little boy and a kindy teacher comes in, and it's like the kindy teacher of your dreams, okay? It's like, oh my God, I love this kindy teacher. She's just everything I would want in a kindy teacher, okay? So he's still in kindergarten, so to speak. What happens is the universe pulls her away, says, no, you can't have her. It would not be good for either of them, by the way, because she'd be giving love to somebody who's not quite ready for it and wouldn't respond very healthily to it. And that would really, really diminish her power. And the whole purpose of this is to increase her power, turn her into that, okay? What happens is he is basically then brought this kindergarten teacher, right? But this one's like, he's like, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I want the other one. This one's quite harsh. This one's like a drill sergeant, and he wants this gooey love energy. Or instead, he finds himself with a drill sergeant, I'm going to say. But that's what he needs. That is precisely what he needs. Because this drill sergeant, whatever he may think of her, his time with her is invaluable. Because it's going to give him an opportunity to learn some really hard lessons. And as I always say, the school of hard knocks is the best school there is, okay? So they need to be together. They both have to basically show each other what it's like when you behave in such toxic ways. And I don't want to get into the kind of toxicity that occurs between them. I just want to say they're there. It's like you just throw them into a pit and say, all right, battle it out, okay? But they're supposed to evolve. Now, I'm going to take him out of it because it's not about the King of Cups. It's not about the, you might say the masculine, okay? They don't want me putting the spotlight on him. What happens is, when she realizes, and she always does, this is very important, okay? They really want me to stress to you that it all gets brought to the surface eventually, okay? So either, some masculines, reverse roles if you need to, some masculines eventually will just tell them, I'm sorry, my heart's actually with somebody else. In other cases, this feminine just knows, yeah? And she eventually extracts it from them. In other cases, it gets revealed, maybe by a third party, something, somehow, but the universe wants to let you know that it always gets brought to the surface. Eventually it does. And what happens is when it gets to the surface, then this Queen of Wands goes through a massive ego death. And the journey for her is meant to be to actually become the Queen of Cups, right? Now, that's not to say that she's going to lose all the things about herself that she loves, the sass, whatever it is, yeah? She doesn't need to lose all of that, but she needs to release all the pretense and learn to actually operate from her heart space, yeah, to be in a much more authentic energy, because you can say a lot of things about the Queen of Cups. I feel like it's the unlucky in love card. I do. You can say a lot of things about her, but she's authentic. Whatever she does, at least it's coming from the right place, yeah? What she feels is the right place. And she just maybe needs to learn that, despite your best intentions, it is a little bit of a loss of innocence. Not everybody in the world responds to love in the same way, okay? So that's what I want to say about that. Now, we're already at 20 minutes. So Will I do a quick reading or not? I don't know. I was going to do one from this deck, but I won't actually. Let's just do 3 and a bottom, just because it's the last tarot reading for a while. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, look. Oh, my goodness. I feel like that's it. The Magician. I said to you, my last reading was Spotlight on the Magician. And this is, oh, my God. Yeah, I'm not even going to, maybe I'll look at the bottom just in case. Well, that's just to confirm what I was saying about the frothing at the mouth suitors who come later. But yeah, so this is what I was saying. Thank you so much, universe. Magician, all about, in this case, transformation. And what do you see? 3 pentacles. How many characters did I just tell you about? 3. And what did I say? You are all, well, I didn't explicitly say it, but it's pretty damn obvious. I was saying you are all working together for your own growth, for your own transformation, okay? So the Queen of Wands is supposed to transform into more of a Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, okay? And now the Queen of Cups has to find her power, yeah? She's got to find that wand, the wand in her. She needs to find her power. And as far as the masculine, well, you know, this is not a spotlight on him, but I have done lessons on him before. He needed to learn that, you know, I did one where, my favorite one is the one where I spoke about him as a tree that basically he needed to grow in the reverse. He thought he was a shit and he just kind of needed to, well, there you go. It's right here in front of me. He thought he was up there. He needed to hit rock bottom, yeah, and realize he's not the shit and I guess start again. They all did. This was all planned and they were all working together for their own transformation. What an amazing, amazing way to summarize what I just said. All right, I will see you, I don't know when, in the next couple of days for your Reiki healing.